Hey there, and welcome. It feels like we're all kind of drowning in information these days, right? We all want to learn more, to grow, but let's be real, who has the time?
And that's the big question, isn't it? I mean, every single day, there are countless new books, articles, and studies coming out. The good old-fashioned library suddenly feels infinite and honestly a little overwhelming. So how in the world do you keep up?
Well, for millions of us, the answer is popping up in a totally new kind of digital library, curated by a new kind of expert. Yeah, we're talking about that massive world of book summaries on YouTube, from channels like
Alex Decora, who's on a mission to build the YouTube channel I wish existed when I was younger.
Or Book Summary Lab, which really zooms in on those best-selling self-development books.
You've got channels like English Avenue that cleverly frame summaries as a way to sharpen your English skills.
And of course, Master Athel, which crafts these really long audiobook-style summaries for a much deeper dive.
But look, this is so much more than just a random collection of videos. Think of it as this sprawling, dynamic library that's completely curated by its users. It's a place where really complex ideas get boiled down, debated, and served up in dozens of different ways. So to really wrap our heads around how this digital library actually works, we're going to focus on just one single book, Robin Sharma's The 5 a.m. Club. It's a global phenomenon, and on YouTube, wow, it has been summarized, animated, criticized, and repurposed in pretty much every way imaginable. This right here is the book's core promise. The idea is actually simple, but it's really powerful. If you can take control of the first hour of your day, you can totally change the course of your life. And that message has clearly hit home for millions. But here's where it gets really fascinating. You have one source, one single book, but on YouTube, it just splinters into all these different interpretations. Each summary is like its own unique lens, and each one is designed for a different kind of learner who has a totally different goal. So what we did was break down these summaries into 4 main styles. And by looking at these categories, you start to see that this whole ecosystem isn't just about saving time, it's about finding the perfect learning style that is tailor-made for you. Okay, first up, we've got what I call the audiobook experience. These are for the folks who want the full story, the narrative, the emotion, the whole journey of the book, just packed into a condensed, long-form summary. This quote from the Master Athel summary just nails this style. It's not a list of tips, it's a story. The video actually follows the book's characters, the entrepreneur, the artist, the billionaire, and that makes the lessons feel so much more immersive and way easier to remember. And these summaries are serious business. We're talking 33 minutes, sometimes even longer. It's perfect for someone who's on their commute or doing chores and wants to really sink into the book's world without actually having to read it cover to cover. Next up is the animated explainer. This style is all about visual learning. It takes the big ideas from the book and turns them into these simple, engaging animations that make even really complex concepts super easy to get in just a few minutes. This is the perfect example of what these animated explainers do best. They take the book's main routine, the 20-20-20 formula, and just lay it out for you. So the first 20 minutes are for movement to get your brain fired up. The next 20 are for reflection, journaling, meditating, whatever, to get some clarity. And the last 20 are for growth, reading, listening to something useful. It just becomes this simple, digestible process you can use right away. Our third style is the lesson-based tutorial. Now this is interesting because it's not just about telling you what's in the book, it's about turning the book into a direct, hands-on lesson that often has a second goal in mind. Channels like English Avenue are just brilliant at this. They literally say, learn English through this book summary. So the focus shifts away from the book's story and onto these actionable frameworks. They break things into lists and really hammer home the how-to, so you walk away not just knowing what the book says, but how to actually apply it. And hey, maybe your vocabulary got a little better too. But a really healthy library isn't just a collection of cheerleaders, right? It's also a place for critique and debate. And you know what? The YouTube ecosystem provides that too, offering some really important counterpoints to these big ideas. And here is such a powerful example. Dr. Sheen Garib directly challenges that one-size-fits-all idea of the 5 a.m. club, arguing that for women, productivity is cyclical, and you can't just force it into a rigid daily box. This kind of critical view adds some much-needed nuance, reminding all of us that no single success formula is going to work for everyone.
So what does all of this mean for the future of learning? Well, it looks like we're moving away from that old one-to-many model. Now it's more like many-to-many, where knowledge isn't just something you consume, it's something that gets co-created, remixed, and totally personalized.
And this table here illustrates the main takeaway beautifully. You, the learner, you are the new librarian. You get to choose the format that fits your goal perfectly. If you need the full story, you go for the audiobook style. Just want the main ideas visually? The animated explainer is for you. Need a practical how-to guide? Check out the lesson-based tutorial. Or maybe you want to question the whole idea. The critical view has got you covered.
And that leaves us with a pretty big question to think about. Is this new digital ecosystem the real evolution of the library, offering these custom-made pathways to knowledge? Or is it just the world's biggest collection of cliff notes, giving us the illusion of learning without any of the real depth? The answer? Well, it most likely depends entirely on how you decide to use it.